It's becoming increasingly difficult to discuss around Nigerian politics without talking about P2B. It's becoming increasingly difficult. That's the honest truth. I heard, when a lot of people were saying, Obi's popularity is soaring, whether you are speaking for him or you are speaking against him. Dr. Showunmi, a non-PDP chieftain, had come out to talk about something many other people have also talked about, but without recognizing the uniqueness in anybody's leadership style. Let me throw it to you. Some people, lead by, impromptu leadership, by cut-like followership, by being the person people want to be, and they emulate him, and he connects with the people. There are many leaders like that. Too many revolutionary leaders are like that. But there are some people that are very administrative in their way, create the governance structure that can happen whether you are there or not, where you give a command and control and it flows down the line, and it works for them that way. In the absence of you, your structure can work because it can be activated and reactivated at any time. Showunmi is saying that Obi is he used a very word that so he's extremely irritatingly lazy when it comes to structural building. Do you think that statement could go down well with Obi's followers, the way they see Obi? Do they think he's lazy, or they actually like that laziness in structure? Because they say it's a structure of criminality, structure of corruption, structure of whatever. Let me hear from you, Philip.
Yeah, in as much as I agree with Showunmi on this, but I must discuss who Showunmi is.
Yeah.
If you remember, early last year, Showunmi told the nation that like minds are coming together and that they are going around this country to pick the best among them to rescue this nation from where it is.
Yeah.
Not too long, the same Showunmi visited Ahmed Bola Tinubu in Lagos, and his language changes. We didn't hear from him up until now that he's speaking on Obi extremely being lazy in structural organization. Yes, I agree with Showunmi by his analysis, because sometimes you throw away the message and you take the message. The analysis was very apt.
You throw away the messenger and take the message.
Did I throw away the message and take the message? The message is very apt on who Obi is, because he started that Obi is already liked. Obi has already get that command and the followership. But what is his problem? Well, I've said it on this table that ADC has nothing to offer Obi, but Obi has everything to offer ADC.
Yeah.
We have also suggested to Obi, take any party and be in command. Your obedient structure, put them from the National Working Committee down to the World Executive.
And the argument of Peter Obi or nothing will not even be there.
Right.
It would already
even said that, look, you said on this table last week that by now, Obi should be holding meeting with his
party agent
across board from the unit to whatever.
Yes.
And we have agent to agent.
Agent of agents.
We are not seeing that. That's what Showunmi is saying. That if Obi had remained in Abga, which was the first time we know about Obi, when they emerged as governor of Anambra State, that the same people who are following Obi today will still follow Obi. What Obi did, he left Abga. He went to PDP. He was a PDP, a very formidable political party. What happened? He left. He went to Labour. Labour was all for him. People came with Obi to Labour and spent their money, including yourself and myself, to deliver Obi in 2023. And Obi left Labour. All that we needed from Obi is to organize Labour, but he failed to do so. That is what Showunmi say, that he does not take responsibility in managing, organization, and that's what we have described. But again, we should excuse him, like you describe people with different style of leadership. Some had a cut follow-out leadership, some have a structural organizational leadership. Maybe Obidient is the one we see that is the cut. Whether you say anything, whatever, the people will say he's the right person.
I'm going to come to you. I'm going to go to the result straight. What I mean the result straight is we can hold a rally in National Assembly, National Stadium. If Obi is in that National Stadium unannounced, and they will now stream live, Obi is in National Stadium, I can tell you before 1 hour the whole National Stadium will be filled up. That is for that. But for Obi to effect change in Nigeria, he needs to be in Aso Rock. And to be in Aso Rock, there is a method and there are ways to it. Now, if for any reason in the next election, mind you, The issue of holding election, federal election today and the state election 2 weeks from now is INEC policy, it's not a law. It's INEC policy. So INEC could decide, except there is a change of law before them, INEC could decide that all the elections will hold in one day, which Nigerians have been asking for. And now, all this defection of governors, which we are claiming might structurally not be of any effect for Asiwaju. If all Nigerians' elections are holding one day, the governors don't want to lose their election, the governors will have map across their state, it's still going to contribute towards Asiwaju's winning. That structure, how do you think it could work against, let's say, Obi emerged from any other party, even though it's not ADC, even though he choose another one or remain in ADC or whatever. That structure where the governors might work for Asiwaju, presuming we're going to have all the election one day. How do you think that's going to happen?
Thank you very much. I've spoken about this a lot of times, and people are not paying attention. People saw it as like a bandwagon movement that it has no political relevance. It does. It does. See, Asiwaju, whether like him or not, is a good politician. He might not be top at management, but in politics, he's very good. People are not seeing this movement, the end result. Most governors have moved to APC. Most state legislators have moved with governor to APC. Most of the National Assembly legislators have moved in. And if election is going to be held on the same day, brothers, when I look well, though, it will be very hard. I'm not saying it's impossible. It will be very hard for Asiwaju to lose. Why am I saying this? Most governors want to win. They have the structure of the state. They have the manpower to man every polling unit. They have the finances to fund it. And it will be very hard for a governor to fund his own campaign under APC. Telling people to vote APC. The house members, state house members under APC, funding their own campaign, having their own people, telling people to vote APC. The National Assembly members under APC, funding it, telling people to vote for APC. And if they all accede to their demands or their pleading and vote them, I don't see them voting otherwise in presidency. Remember, the level of illiteracy in Nigeria is high. Vote this, vote broom. What they hear is vote broom. To a few governors that might not work for, they will lose that completely. They will lose that completely. But for most governors that this will work for, they are going to work for Asiwaju. Okay, let me come to you. I'm going somewhere. Then Showunmi saying Obi is Showunmi saying Obi is lazy about structure. Listen, don't not consider. Let's take it at this. Okay, let's believe in what he said. Now, because Obi has seen his strength, he's not good at building structure. He has moved to ADC. No matter what we think about who and who they are there, these people have the potential. They are not for building structures.
Okay, let's not get into that completely. ADC doesn't have a substantive structure as
those there.
Yeah,
those involved. They know how to build structures.
The question is when those are ready to give his structure to Obi. Let me come to you on the last election. Anybody can argue that.
Before the last election, let me say something about what he has said. Okay. He is saying that, look, because the governors and the legislators from the national level to the state level have moved to the APC, it makes it, if election is conducted the same day, they will win election. I beg to disagree.
No, let me put it this way before you, so that you take all of them.
Yeah.
There were many arguments in Delta State.
Yes.
The last time.
Yes.
Okowa was on ticket.
Yes.
With Atiku, but Obi won that state. Okay, on federal election in Lagos, where our president is resident, and people say he's actually from Lagos, while some say he's from Oshu. But let's say it's Lagos where we know him from. He lost that place.
The governor was an APC member.
The governor was an APC member. But now, what he's saying is that they might.
Yes.
This time around, you're going to have the state house people. I'm coming.
Yes.
State house people who are local people. Some of them are even from their villages.
Yes.
State house, House of Reps, Senate, governor, all of them. If all their strength is in one party,
yes,
you have another opposition,
yes,
not in one party. It's not saying it's going to be absolute. He says it's going to have some effect.
I agree to that point, but the point I'm making here is that, look, that can only happen if we have the kind of INEC we have. But if we have an INEC that's independent, my take is that the opposition, they should forget about whether election is one day or is spread out. Their energy and strength to be channeled towards making INEC an independent, ensuring that the electoral law is, like you said, is being amended. Like you said, instead of putting just line, there should be a slab that shows that if you can't cross here, this is where you end. So because, like you said, if the election is free and fair, whether you have all the strength, you see, in Delta State, we have PDP candidates for Senate, they all lost.
Philip,
so it is the electoral body that is the issue. It's not the question of the governors and all the rest crossing.
Most times,
it's immaterial.
Wait first. Most times we say all things being equal, all things can never be equal. Don't forget that. Now you're talking about INEC. We know the time frame between an election. INEC that you want is not going to be.
That's what I was coming. We're trying to be result oriented.
We're talking about even with the amendment bill. Today's reality.
Not rhetorics. After gathering 50,000 national stadium, you still lose election.
Which is reality.
Yes. Yes. We are talking about the reality today.
Yes.
You see, the reality today is that we just finished an election in Anambra State. We all know that there was no election, and that's what's going to happen in 2027 if we are allowed. If what we have today is what we are going to operate on. So therefore, that's why I advocate that. Look, what Showunmi said is very correct. You see, the structure is already...
Okay, now let me come to you. Yes. If by now, like I said, if by now Obi is already certain of a political party's ticket for presidential election, that now all their energy is shifted towards having the election where people can actually elect their leader, a transparent election. One of the things Nigerians are looking up to, mandatory electronic transmission of results. Had the house is already in order, they're not even working towards primary. Now, instead of work towards getting the INEC that we need, all efforts are towards even getting the ticket P2B or nothing. You know, couldn't it have been better if by now all the opposition are united towards ensuring that the INEC that we had, INEC or glitches of 2023 will not repeat itself in 2027.
That brought us to the statement of Showunmi. He said, you see, that's why he's saying that Obi is lazy. He said by now, Obi should have been settled. If Obi had remained in labor for instance, because that was his last bus stop, and he was able to organize labor.
But people argue that, yes, you know, Obi followers will argue that the leadership was compromised.
Yes,
that Obi couldn't do anything.
They could argue anything they want to argue. We are facing reality. Like you said, Obi cannot effect that change they are looking for without getting to Aso Rock.
Yes, you must get to
so they must think beyond just
rhetoric.
Abure did this or the leadership. No, they should think of how to get there.
All right, Peter, getting to Aso Rock. You can, you know, you go to market anywhere, people gather you. You go to, you need to be in Aso Rock for you to really effect changes that the people desire across Nigeria. Is Showunmi correct that Obi is extremely irritatingly, that one I don't like that one. No.
Because he tells the extent that the man is silly. He shows that the man has the basis, but he's not doing the right thing.
Wait, even Showunmi was saying that PDP is on their last leg, that their last card and check up is Obi. If he feels that Obi is not that relevant, why is he recommending Obi to PDP? That is the only one today that can take PDP ticket.
You see, the man is telling you that Obi is the right man, but Obi is not doing the right thing.
Obi, see, we all have our own different level of management.
Different styles
of different. So Obi is not the regular politician they know. For them, they have their own set out way to play politics. This is a man that has a business that has not collapsed. He doesn't have structure. He doesn't have to run structure. This is a man that was chairman of a bank.
One of the youngest.
He doesn't have structure. So, but listen, they are not used to his own way of doing politics.
All right, Nigerians are not used to Obi's style of leadership, and hence they think Obi is not doing well. Dr. Showunmi said Obi is extremely irritatingly lazy. That's a very strong word to use on anybody who have so much succeeded like Peter.